What's going on, Thunder fans? As game just ended, Thunder lose 110-104 to the San Antonio Spurs without Wemby. A game that the Thunder absolutely needed to win. This is a game they should have won. I know you're down, Chet, but you had Caruso back tonight. Guys,
can't shoot 53s.
This team, when Chet went down, and I know you could say, and they don't have Hartenstein, so they have absolutely changed their identity. 53 threes is way too many for the Thunder to shoot. Absolutely too many three-pointers. You can't be shooting 53 three-pointers.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
You can't be doing it when they're not falling, especially.
You can't ever shoot 53 threes.
Yeah, no.
Sometimes there were some looks tonight.
The only time you should shoot 53 threes is on MTV when there's 4-pointers and 10-pointers, Hunter.
Or that pop-a shot.
There was a lot of open looks tonight. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, yeah.
They just weren't.
You know why they were, Hunter?
Because they weren't making them, Jerm.
No, do you know why they were open looks?
They wanted them to do it.
This is how people are going to defend the Thunder.
Yeah.
You cannot stay in front of the Thunder when they attack the rim.
And some questionable no calls again tonight. I know a lot of people have been talking about it. Lack of free throws for the Thunder. There was a few tonight from SGA specifically driving to the rim that I think they should have called fouls there. I don't know. I don't know how you don't call fouls there, but you can't have J-Dub going 0 for 6 from beyond the arc. Alex Caruso 0 of 6 or 0 of 5, sorry. Kendrick Williams 0 of 3. Adam Flagger 1 of 7. There was 2 possessions, or not 2 possessions. It was 1 possession, 2 wide open shots from the same spot. He missed both.
You just mentioned 4 guys combined 1 for 21, Hunter.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. You cannot do that. This is a bad Spurs team, and they lost tonight to that team.
Yeah, Hunter, you said it. This is a bad team they lost to. And guys, I hope we don't start to see this, but maybe is Alex Caruso going to get the same treatment from 3 that a guy like Andre Roberson did, where you just let him shoot threes all game long and you stick someone else in the paint? Yes, he's a lead on the defensive side of the ball, but him, is it 15 games into the season now, 14? And he's not hitting open threes up to this point at a consistent rate. So what gives you hope right now that it's going to get any better from him? Because
it gives me hope he's a 40% career three-point shooter. That's what gives me hope.
Well, then why has it been so terrible so far?
I mean, this year it's been awful.
It hasn't been good. But guys, it doesn't matter. Listen, they out-rebounded San Antonio, which everyone's been whining about the rebound. They out-rebounded. But here's the thing. Guys, when you shoot 7 free throws in a game, I'm sorry, you can't blame the referees. Go to the basket.
Go through the opponent.
There's a comparison here. Let me show it for you guys here. Ready? 53 threes shot, 7 free throws. That looks like it was a good. That looks like it was a good ref game to me because you shot way too many threes.
Hunter, you can say they were going to the basket, and I agree. They were attacking some, but they're not going through the defender.
They attacked enough that there should have been more than 7 free throws at 10.
Wemby wasn't even in. They should have been going to that rim all night long.
Yeah.
No Wemby, no shot blocker.
Yeah, we'll drop the call-in link in a minute. But
I mean, Bassey had 2 blocks tonight. Collins a block for the Spurs as well. Bassey, I think it was back-to-back possessions, or it felt like it was a close time frame of the game at that point when he was getting those blocks.
Yeah. Well, and Flagler got to play tonight because Isaiah Joe's out. He plays 11 minutes and shoots 7 threes.
Jay, it was bad. I was telling you.
He was open.
He was
one
open.
possession, 2 wide open shots from the exact same spot on the floor.
Well,
Chris is wondering that.
I mean, the same
Carlson. Why sign him? I was talking to somebody about that today. Okay, it was one day after signing him. I'll give you that benefit of the doubt as to why he didn't play Sunday. Him not playing today, I don't get it. Maybe Dagnall says it in the post game. Does not make any sense to me. Why even go sign him? Because you need help. I know they won the rebound battle tonight. Did not seemed like that just watching the game. It seemed like San Antonio was getting a lot of boards, but they also they were making so many threes for a good stretch of the game. At one point, like a 33-10 run between the second and third quarters.
Yeah.
It just, I don't get why you're adding Carlson to your roster to supposedly help out because you don't have a big. You have Kenrich Williams, and that's it. Why is he not playing? I don't get it.
No, and I think something else that is going to need to be talked about, especially if Hartenstein is reevaluated and he's not able to come back for potentially another week or two, which we all hope is not the case, is the workload that Shai and J-Dub are having to get this early in the season with nobody else being able to consistently create their own shot.
Tired.
Yeah, exactly. Players not being able to hit the open threes when it's there. For example, Hunter, you talked about Flagler had 2 straight shots from the same spot. Well, Alex Caruso, he practically had the same thing on back-to-back possessions, and he missed 2 threes as well.
Yeah.
So it's like you hope you can get Hartenstein back, take some of the load off Shai and J-Dub. Hopefully Hartenstein is worth all the money he was signed for, be able to be an enforcer in the paint, which the Thunder need, but somebody else has got to have this sense of urgency step up. And Cason Wallace, he shot the ball a lot better tonight, which I think is a good sign because he had been in a major slump.
I don't think it's an urgency thing. I don't think it's I think it's this. I think the main problem is you're shooting too many 3-pointers.
And that's what I was going to say. I know some callers are going to want to call in, so I'm going to hop off for a second, kind of deal with that. But Jay, before I do, guys, real quick again, my thoughts on this so far. What you will not win anything in this league shooting that many threes. It's a recipe for disaster. Okay? You can't do that. Second of all, I did like the defensive lineup that was in at the end. When you have Caruso, Wallace, and Dort, good luck scoring line. I mean, the play of the game was the Chris Paul fadeaway 3-pointer when the shot clock went. That's game. Dagger.
Yeah, that was a big play right there that Joe's mentioning. I think Hunter's going to drop the call-in link. That's a big play.
Castle is a stud.
Castle's going to be a great player. They got a good young team. I think they're going to be good around Wemby. It's just going to take a few years.
Yeah. And I honestly, Chris, I have seen some of this on Twitter as well. I'm a fan of that, potentially bringing back Schroeder because it's something I talked about in one of the past lives. Don't need him. Well, there's no one off the bench that can run the offense through the second unit if Shai and J-Dub are off the court.
Tell me, you don't need them both off at the same time.
Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of rotation.
Yeah, I don't think you need Shai and Jalen off together. I think
exactly. Or even then, like it would be a few minutes at a time. Well, I don't see the reason to go get another guard unless. I mean, I know it's way too early to say it. It's 15 games in.
Yeah, it's too early.
I probably shouldn't even say it, but if Caruso continues to not be able to shoot the 3 ball as bad as it has been, I mean, the more nights of shooting under 20% a night almost, maybe you move on from him. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know the answer there.
Hey, have a good night, Joe. Have a good night, Joe. Appreciate it. Let's get to Colin. What's up, Colin?
What's up? Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
We got you.
Yeah, you guys have said everything that I was thinking. And like the main thing I saw tonight was that these past few games that we've lost, we're letting the opponent's defense determine how our offense runs. And we can't let that happen. With no big man, they're just going to all load the paint waiting for the drive.
Well,
and let us shoot the threes. And we can't live or die with the threes. And I agree with what you guys said. This Marshawn Lynch struck through them. Eventually, they're going to start calling those fouls. But it's just so much you can do with that. But you just can't just let the defense control how you play and just shoot all the threes thinking that's the only way to score.
I agree, Colin, and I think the biggest problem with this offense right now, and what they're doing is they're making the right play when they drive. They're getting collapsed down on, and they have wide open shooters. The problem lies they don't have a big in there to lob it to at the rim or to do anything at the rim. That's the problem. Teams are sinking down, and your wide open guy is at the 3-point line. You got to make the pass. They're doing it. They're missing the shots. They got to put Carlson or somebody in there with size to have a dump off for an easy basket. They don't have that right now.
Yeah.
They don't have it.
Nope.
Do you think adding Chet back and Hartenstein back is going to help this offense? Because
Yes,
it's back-to-back games.
Yes.
And, I think something that isn't talked about, too, whenever the potential addition of Hartenstein is going to happen, whenever he's healthy, is that Hartenstein with the Knicks, you saw him run a lot of offense for him from the high post. I would not be shocked if we see the Thunder do some of that from the top of the key as well. Because Isaiah Hartenstein, he's a pretty good playmaker for a big man. And I think something that's going to help Shai and Jada a lot. And also something that you said, Colin, was just about the Thunder letting other teams dictate how they're going to play on offense. Last year in the playoffs, whenever they played the Mavs, I know they lost a series. But although they were letting the Thunder shoot threes a lot, the Thunder still continue to attack downhill relentlessly. Why are they not doing that again this year? It makes no sense to me.
The last thing I'll add is I know we're probably a while away from it, but for the in-season trade deadline, I definitely think now watching a couple games, we definitely need to go get another ball handler on our squad besides SGA and Jada, because it looks like right now they're the two players that can isolate and create their own shot. Other than that, we have to rely on the other team, other players to kind of catch and shoot, and we have to create the shot for them.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's what Jackson was talking about earlier with Shader. But hey, appreciate it, Colin. Thank you for calling in. Appreciate it. Hey, let me say something on this Carlson stuff. AD says, Carlson's from the G League. What are we expecting? Well, Wemby didn't play tonight. Carlson should have played. He could have done something. And I know he's from the G League, but when you have this many talented guards on your team, you're going to have easy looks, probably, because when they penetrate, you're going to be there to drop it off. I just think you got to play him in this game. It makes no sense why he got no minutes. I don't understand it.
He was averaging 14 and 8 in the G League. It's baffling at this point. Ousmane Dieng, where was he tonight? 3 minutes? Come on, man.
Well, and by the way, that makes no sense either.
I don't get it. I do not get it.
The G League stuff, say all you want about the G League. Y'all remember Lindy Waters?
Yeah.
He played out of the G League. He did pretty good.
He was playing both ways.
But he played pretty good every time they brought him up, did he not?
Yeah, he would play G League one night, NBA the next.
And I think this is something, too, that I think might need to be talked about is that does maybe Mark Daigneault have almost too many options and too many guys he wants to try and play, see what they have because he knows that they can impact this team. And they don't even right now have Chet or Hartenstein or J. Will.
I say this, guys. I mean, there could be something to that, Jackson. Here's what I would say. You play Carlson as if he was Hartenstein right now. That's what I would do. Now, I'm not a coach, but I would do that because I think then when Hartenstein comes back, you're not trying to figure out your offense again. Because right now they're kind of getting away from what they would do if they had a big. So put Carlson in there. At least give the dude some minutes. I mean, goodness gracious. The guy's 7 foot tall. Give him some minutes.
I don't think 10 minutes tonight would kill.
No, I don't either. I think it'd be good.
I mean, right now, Kenrich Williams has not been good since he's been back, which I did not expect that. But, I mean, tonight, minus 16 in the plus minus.
Yeah, but he's not the guy they need because he plays on the perimeter a lot.
He's shooting 25% from three.
The last thing they need.
One of his strengths.
The last thing they need, though, is another perimeter guy. They need somebody on the block. They need somebody down low to lob it to. Somebody that can get the junk baskets because you're going to have a plenty of them with these guards that drive. I mean, you're going to have junk baskets all day long. So I don't know how long Jay Will's out. Do y'all know? He's supposed to get reevaluated, but
with Jay Will and Hartenstein, I would say the earliest they will be back is the middle of that first week in December.
Well,
and at the absolute earliest. Who knows with them? Honestly, who knows? They need these guys back though, because I mean you're losing to a Spurs team without Wembanyama.
Hey, this game
a really bad loss.
This game was lost on the 33-10 run. Period.
Yeah. I ended up I would have to try to find where it ended up at because they continued on and the Thunder started to respond. I mean, 21-6 run from the Thunder in the fourth at one point. And even then, like, I will give the Thunder. I mean, I thought the game was over when they were down like 15, I want to say, late in the fourth. They came back, got it within 2 possessions. One point got it into a 3-point game, 104-101. But, man, they have those opportunities late and just some boneheaded mistakes. AJ Mitchell, dude, you gotta be able to come up with the ball there. You have to. You cannot allow that ball to go out of bounds when you have the opportunity to get a bucket there. It just cannot happen. Lou Dort, a couple bad moments. SGA, same thing as well down the stretch. And then Caruso, I've already talked about it, the missed threes. They got to figure it out.
Yeah, and, I think it's been kind of weird maybe not seeing Shai or J-Dub make these plays down the stretch that we were so accustomed to seeing them make last season, especially. Now, really, the Thunder, they haven't been in too many close games. But I do think whenever they've had opportunities to make the plays so far this year, they haven't been made when it's needed most. And that's something that's going to have to change.
Well, I think Guzman Chris hit it right on the head. Can't hit shots, it's going to happen. And this style of play with 53 three-pointers, this game didn't go overtime. This game didn't go double overtime. It didn't go triple overtime. Regulation, 53 three-pointers. Way too many. And you got to figure it out offensively because you just can't be shooting that much. And I know a lot of people say, well, if they hit 35 to 40%, they win the game. Yeah, they do. But the chances of that when you're shooting that many threes, and by the way, if you're living and dying by that, just go back to last year in the playoffs. Thunder lost to the Mavericks. Thunder shot not very good from three-point range. So this can't beat your butter. It can't be your go-to. And I agree with the person who put in here about the 2-3 zone. It did kind of – I like this coach that the Spurs had out there. I think he's a pretty good guy. I think if Pop does retire sometime, whenever that is, I mean, this guy, I don't know his history, but he seemed like he pretty good coach over there. Dort did not play well. Dort, here's what I'll say about Dort tonight. I thought down the stretch, Dort, a couple of times on fast breaks and different opportunities, thought he was a little out of control going to the basket. And it ended up, he didn't make the plays there. But nobody shot the ball. I mean, I'd have to look. I'm trying to think who shot the ball the best from three. I think it was Shai probably. Yeah, Shai 5 of 8, Wiggins 3 of 7, and Wallace 3 of 5. Wallace had a good bounce back game. But guys, let me throw this stat out here for you. The bench from 3 was a combined 3 of 19, 3 of 20. The bench. They gave you nothing. The bench gave you nothing as far as point-wise. The bench total points, guys, 15 total points off the bench.
You can't win with it. You
104 points, and you get 15 points off the bench. You're not winning many games. By the way, this is the same bench that a lot of us have been saying they have one of the deeper benches in the league. Tonight was not it. 15 points from your whole bench. You're not going to win many games that way.
Man, I will say for J-Dub, I mean, I was dogging him earlier. Can't go 0 for 6 from 3. Still had 27 points.
Yeah.
He's had a very good stretch as of late. Had a career high a few nights ago with the 31, a few 27s, 29s, all of that. So, I mean.
And this one is 20 minutes to Wiggins tonight. Jones had 15. So Wiggins did get a little bit more, but I agree. I would like to see Wiggins get more minutes. I think I would love to see him get about 25 minutes. I would. I think he's that good. And AD says we're out 4 players. I heart Chet, Jay Wills. Yeah, I agree with you, AD. This is not like, oh my gosh, the sky is falling. This is not OU football. This is Oklahoma Thunder. This is
it's a very bad loss, which can happen in the NBA. It's just, I mean. I think more so hurts that a cup loss compared to a normal loss.
Yeah, but this is what we were talking about, though, when Chet went down, Hunter. We were all saying you got to win these type games because
this is a game you got to win. You really
should. When I found out Wemby wasn't playing there, I was like, this is a victory.
Yeah, and then you looked at, 2 nights ago, they lost the rebound battle by 24. Tonight, they win it by 2. They absolutely should win that game. They just
and we got Fernando
53 threes and only making 16. Not going to win you games.
Yeah, we got Fernando in here and AD both talking about the center position. And we're with you guys. We don't understand it. I don't know how you can't play a 7-footer at center 0 minutes. I don't understand it. I don't know the reasoning. I'm not there, but it doesn't make sense to me. I think you have to give him some minutes, period. So, Jeremy, you're back. What's up?
I'm back. We're just hanging in the chat for a while.
Nice.
Not much else to say, Jay, about this game, Jay and Hunter. I mean, it's a loss that, in my opinion, is lost solely because of your choice to shoot threes.
Yeah.
That's it.
I agree.
So,
hey, tomorrow will be interesting.
Trailblazers.
Lakers at home. No DeAndre Ayton. So now what?
You got to win.
Is that let me count it up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th straight game where the best player on the team is not playing. So
correct.
You got to win. Here's what I would say to Colin's question. I think it's incomplete.
It's a B. I'm giving them a B. They're 11-4.
I would do the same thing, Jerm. B.
What are they now without Chet? They
have what, 3 losses?
I think are they 2 and 3?
I'm going to count the Golden State as a loss. He got injured in that game. So I'll count that against them. They're 3 and 3 without Chet.
3 and 3.
Without Chet and Hartenstein.
3 and 2 if you want to count.
All right,
Chet,
I'll give my answer.
dude.
I'll give my answer, Steeler man. I would give them a B right now.
Yeah, B. I think a B is it. But
now for the season B, as of late, I would drop it down to a C.
I would still. I mean, overall, I would
because I think Hunter. I think without Luka and without Wemby, these are 2 games you could have very well won.
About as good of a draw as you can have for these opponents right now.
Yeah,
without their star players playing, that any given night can just, I mean, take the game into their hands, and the game could be over at that point. And they're not going against them. Both of those games, they trailed mightily, but were able to come back. Tonight's loss, I think, is by far the worst of the season. It's a bad Spurs team. I think the future is bright for San Antonio, but that future is not right now, and no Wembanyama as well.
Got to get the trees back. The good news is that you don't have to wait long to watch the Thunder again, because tomorrow night, back in action. It's a back-to-back. Really gave a lot of energy and effort tonight to get back and fight for this one. But now you got to go turn around, and you've got to beat Portland at home, guys. You've got to beat Portland at home, an Aytonless Portland team that you've got to take advantage of. So I know one thing, we'll be back on tomorrow night, guys, to do this again. Appreciate all those who have joined us each and every night. If you know someone who's a Thunder fan or an NBA fan, point them to our channel. The channel is Sooner Surge, but this is Thunder Forum Live. Tell all your NBA buddies about it. As the season progresses, we're going to continue to be on here each and every night. Thanks for chilling with us tonight, and we will see you all tomorrow night for another Thunder Forum Live.